I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on selected questions of IGCSE. Here is question number 22, the last question from the test paper 2016 June. I hope you find this question interesting and useful. Let's try to understand how to solve such questions which are based on vectors. The question here is, OMN is a triangle, right? OMN is a triangle. P is the point on OM such that OP is 1/4 of OM. So OP is 1/4 of OM. Q is a midpoint on ON, right? So this is equal. And R is a midpoint on P to N. These are also equal. Okay. OP is P. So OP is the vector P. So that is the vector P, O to P. And OQ is the vector Q, right? Find MN and PR in terms of P and Q. So all these things which are bold are the vectors. So find MN, that means we need to find what is the vector MN, and we have to find what is the vector PR in terms of vectors P and Q, where P is OP and Q is OQ. Perfect. So I hope the question is absolutely clear. You can pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. Now, what is MN? Let's figure out what is MN. So when you're talking about vectors, from M to N, it really means ON minus OM, right? So it is ON take away OM. That is what the vector MN is, right? Now what is O to N? Now O to N will be twice Q, right? So O to N is 2 times the vector Q, because this is Q and that is also Q, Q being the midpoint. So O to N, ON is equals to 2Q, right? And O to M is equal to, because we are given OP is 1/4 of ON, so O to M will be, since this is 1/4 of OM total length, so O to M will be 4 times, right? So 4 times P, correct? So directly from here we get OM is 4 times P, right? Since we are given, let me rewrite this. We are given here OP is equal to 1/4 of OM, right? So that tells you that OM is equals to 4 times OP. Is it clear? So we have 2Q minus OP 4 times, which is P. So we have written MN as a ratio of, in terms of P and Q, right? So it is 2Q minus 4P. So we get the first part, A. Now in A, we also need to find what PR is. That is P to R, right? So how do we find PR? Let's do that now. So PR basically is half of PN, right? So we can write PR, since R is a midpoint, is half of P to N. And what is P to N? It is half of, P to N will be ON minus OP, which is half of O to N is 2Q minus O to P, which is P. So when you open this bracket, you get Q minus half P. So that is PR. Perfect. So we have the solutions for MN and PR. Now, use a vector method to prove that QR is parallel to OP, right? So we have to prove that these two are parallel. We are given that Q and R are midpoints, correct? Now to get QR in terms of OP, we could actually write like this. Q to R means what? We could write QR as equal to QO plus OP plus PR. Is it okay? PR. So Q to O is minus Q, O to P is P, and P to R is just to be found, which is Q minus half P. Perfect. So these are your vectors. So from here, minus Q plus Q is a 0 vector, and P minus half P is equals to half P. Since QR is half P, Q2R is half P, they are scalar multiples, right? So this implies that QR is scalar multiple of OP, or you can say vector P. Is it okay? Therefore, they are parallel. Perfect. So that is how we are going to answer this question. Now at this level of GCSE, many students find it difficult to answer questions based on vectors. So I'm going to provide you with a link on this so that it gives you extra practice. I hope that should help. And I hope the solution is also absolutely clear to you. Feel free to write your comment, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for watching and all the best. So I hope with this you learn how to solve a test paper based on previous test papers. We learned few new things while working on this solution, and I hope you understand and appreciate them. I'll also provide you with links which will give you extra practice on similar kinds of questions. Few things which are important to recognize are that questions based on probability, Venn diagrams, vectors, and rational functions could be tricky. So even histograms, right? Statistics. These are the topics which might need extra practice. Feel free to write your questions and suggestions. And if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'll be great. Thanks for watching and all the best.